We've all felt it, haven't we? That constant pull.
The time thing.
Yeah, the feeling of always rushing, trying to cram everything in, but maybe not really being there for any of it.
Oh, absolutely. Chasing the clock. It's almost the default mode, isn't it?
It really is. But, sometimes the best insights on this stuff, they come from places you wouldn't quite expect. So today, we're doing a deep dive into something quite specific. It's a piece of writing, actually prayer, called Every Season and Time Prayer.
Right. And before anyone tunes out thinking prayer, hold on.
Exactly. Hear us out. Because while it is a prayer, the themes it explores our relationship with time, purpose, finding some peace, they're incredibly universal.
That's spot on. Our mission here really is to pull out those core ideas. We're looking at how it talks about timelessness, this deep human need for meaning, and finding stillness even when life's hectic.
Yeah, less about the format, more about the human condition it taps into.
Precisely. It's about the themes.
And it gets right into it, doesn't it? Straight away, this contrast. Yeah, our very, time-bound lives versus something boundless. It opens with, God's love has no boundaries, so approach him without bounds, and he will bless you with boundless blessings. And then it shifts.
It gets personal.
Right. To the speaker's own experience, this line, I am so frail, Lord, time-bound, who can handle only 24-hour periods of life.
Yeah.
That hits home.
It does. Very relatable.
And then I tend to rush my day to meet the needed demands that I think are needing my attention. I mean, how many times do we do that? Just rush, rush, rush because we think something needs us right now.
All the time. It's that perceived urgency, isn't it? That constant pressure.
Totally. It just sounds so familiar, that feeling. It's like looking in a mirror sometimes.
It really is. And the prayer's response to that isn't, a time management technique. It's an aspiration.
To be slowed down.
Yes. And reminded that in your presence, there should be no bound. And here's the fascinating part, this paradox it sets up. Blessings are given only to those who spend with you in timelessness.
Okay, so unpack that a bit. Timelessness. What does that mean in this context? It's not about ditching your calendar, surely.
No, not literally ignoring everything. I think the insight here is more about intentionally stepping out of that frantic clock-watching mindset. It's about creating space, even mental space, where you're not just doing, but being.
Okay.
Where maybe deeper thoughts or clarity or even just renewal can happen because you're not constantly driven by the next thing. You're accessing something, unbounded by the minute hand.
That makes sense. It's like shifting focus internally.
Exactly. But then it goes even bigger, right? Beyond just managing the day.
Yeah, it shifts gears. It moves towards this idea of like a grander plan, divine orchestration almost. It says, Father, please remind me that there is a special time and season to everything on this earth, and for every matter you have a perfect timing and reason.
A sense of rhythm.
Right. And remind me that you have made everything beautiful in your time. There's this implication of trust, isn't there? Trust in a process that's maybe bigger than our immediate deadlines.
Definitely. And it connects that directly to our own sense of purpose. This part's really key, I think.
Which bit?
Where it says, you have planted eternity in my heart and mind, that I may know that you put in me a sense of purpose, that you alone can fulfill and satisfy that longing in my heart.
Ah, okay. So it's not just about waiting for the right time for external things.
No, it's suggesting something deeper. That we have this innate yearning, this eternity planted inside us, a longing for meaning.
A sense of purpose.
Exactly. And the prayer argues that this fundamental longing can't actually be satisfied by, just ticking off tasks or achieving external goals. It points towards something more profound, something connected to that timeless dimension.
So that feeling of, is this all there is, might actually be this planted eternity thing.
That seems to be the implication, that it's a built-in compass pointing us towards a different kind of fulfillment.
Which leads right into what the prayer ultimately asks for, doesn't it?
The core desire.
It is my desire to be in your presence, Father, not being time-conscious, but to enjoy your transforming process.
That's interesting. Not just endure it, but enjoy the process.
Yes, and wait in silence until you have finished blessing me. This isn't passive waiting, is it? It sounds more like active reception.
Being open, willing to be changed, maybe.
I think so. But then you raised a good point earlier. Implicitly, how does this square with the real world? Not being time-conscious, waiting in silence, in a culture obsessed with productivity.
Yeah, it sounds almost radical, or maybe even irresponsible to some. How do you wait in silence when the rent is due?
Right. And I don't think the prayer is saying ignore reality. It's more about that internal state. What does it mean to cultivate moments of being not time conscious? What kind of peace or transformation comes from that intentional stillness, that waiting in silence?
Even amidst the chaos, perhaps especially amidst the chaos, it's challenging our core beliefs about what constitutes progress or value. Maybe sometimes the most productive thing is actually stillness.
A different kind of productivity, inner work.
Could be. And it all culminates in that final plea, which is so simple.
Yeah. Please bless and keep me and make your face shine upon me graciously and grant me your peace as you embrace me with your loving arms. Just peace.
A deep desire for connection and serenity.
So, looking back at our dive into this every season in time prayer, we've really touched on some big themes.
Definitely. That core tension, right? Between our rushed, measured lives.
And this idea of a timeless presence, a different way of experiencing things.
And the whole thread about purpose, not just finding it, but recognizing it as this deep, inherent longing.
Yeah, that eternity planted in the heart. Plus the idea of transformation through quiet reception. Not just doing, but allowing.
Absolutely. The key takeaways, I think, are that idea that real blessings, whether you see them as spiritual gifts or just moments of deep insight and creativity, might actually require us to slow down.
To step outside the clock, mentally at least.
Right, to engage that timeless state. And this powerful idea that our sense of purpose is fundamental, something planted within us, waiting.
And for you listening, whether the spiritual language resonates fully or not, there's a lot here to think about, isn't there?
Yeah, for sure.
It's reflecting on your own relationship with time, that feeling of rushing, the pressure. How does that play out for you?
And how do you connect with your own sense of purpose in the middle of it all?
Yeah.
Where do you find those moments of stillness or transformation?
Do you even allow for them?
That's a good question. And maybe a final thought to leave you with, building on that purpose idea. The prayer claims this longing for purpose is tied to eternity planted in your heart and mind, something only the divine or the boundless can truly satisfy. What if you really leaned into that? Believe that your deepest sense of purpose isn't just about your job title or your to-do list, but about connecting with something bigger, something timeless within you.
How would that change things?
Exactly. How might that shift how you look at your time, your tasks, even how you seek out moments of quiet in your own life, something to mull over?
This is why you need to embrace God's timeless blessings. Because when you slow down, you make space for miracles. Let's take a deep breath and pray together. God's love has no boundaries, so approach Him without bounds, and He will fill your heart with blessings beyond measure. Dear Father, you are my timekeeper, even though you dwell in timelessness. I am frail and time-bound, always rushing to meet demands. My only request, Lord, is to help me slow down. Remind me in your presence there is no rush, only peace. You are a God of timelessness, and your blessings come to those who linger with you. Teach me patience, Father. Remind me that there's a perfect season for everything, and that you make all things beautiful in your time. Plant eternity in my heart, so I may find true purpose and lasting fulfillment in you alone. Let me wait in silence, trusting the process, as you shape me with your love. And as we reflect, remember this: patience is faith in action. Trust that God's timing is always perfect, and His blessings, when they come, will be exactly what your soul needs. Amen.